Welcome guys to my new video. Today I need to talk about the flowchart and the algorithm. So in this chapter or in this video I need to talk about the flowchart and how to solve a problem using the flowchart. So like my video, subscribe to my channel, and let's start our video. First, what is a flowchart? Flowchart is a general representation, a graphical representation of an algorithm. Each program has the specific flowchart. The flowchart represents a program. It makes use of symbols which are connected among them to indicate the flow of information and processing. It shows the logic of algorithm, and it highlights individual steps and their interconnection. And we used the flowchart to specify the method of solving problem. We need to use the flowchart to solve problem. We need to show this in this video. I need to solve two problems using the flowchart. And finally, the flowchart is a plan or a sequence of a computer program. Now let's show the basic flowchart symbols, the terminals. The terminals contain the start and the end of the flowchart. Two, input and output operations. Input, every program have an input and output operations. Input, it's mean every message or every variable. I tell, for example, a user to enter a number, it's an input. Output, it's every message or every variable printed on the screen. The input, it's entered by the keyboard, and the output, every message is shows on the screen. Instructions, for example, I need to add two numbers. It contains the operation, the mathematical formula, etc. The flow lines and the connector. We need to show this in the next slide. Now let's start with the terminals. Terminals represented by the rounded rectangles like this. Start and it indicates starting at the ending point. I start the flowchart with the end, the start, and I terminate my flowchart, my problems with end. Second, input and output operations. It's represented by a parallelogram. It indicates an input or output operation like this. It's a message, display message hello world, and or for example read age. It's an output because I need to print this on the screen. Every message I need to print it on the screen, I need to use the input-output operation. It's represented by a parallelogram. Next, the instructions. It's represented by a rectangle. It indicates an operation such as mathematical computation or a variable assigned. For example, here I have first multiply two numbers, then store the result in a variable. Another example, z equal x times y. I can use this, and I can every mathematical computation, I need to put it in a rectangle. Flowline indicates the exact sequence in which instructions are executed. Arrows represent the direction of flow of control and the relationship among different symbols of flowchart. Now guys, let's do an example. First, write a flowchart that read three numbers, then calculate their sum. Okay, here I need to use the terminals. I need to terminals start and end. I need to use a parallelogram to input the number and to print the number and to print the sum on the screen, and I need to use the rectangle to the mathematical operation to calculate the sum. Now let's see the result. First of all, the terminals start flash read X, Y, and Z, the three numbers. It's an input. I tell the user to put three numbers X, Y, and Z. I use the parallelogram. Next step is to calculate the sum. I need to use the rectangle because it's a mathematical operation. The sum S equal A plus Y plus Z. Next step, display the sum on the screen. I need to use also the parallelogram because it's an output. And finally, stop or end. It's the my program is terminate. This is the flowchart to calculate the sum of three numbers X, Y, and Z. Now the second example, write a flowchart to compare between A and B, two numbers, A and B. What's mean to compare between two numbers? We need to show what is the bigger and what is the smaller between A and B. First, I need to start with the terminals. I need to use the terminals, start and end. I need to use the parallelogram because here I have to input the two numbers, and I need to display a message on the screen. This message is, for example, A greater than B or B greater than A, and I need to use the lozenge. The lozenge is used when I have a condition. Here I have a condition. The condition is if, for example, A greater than B or B greater than A. And now let's start explain the solution. I start with the terminals, start my program. Next step is input or enter a number, a value of A, and enter a value of B. Next step, use the lozenge to show this is our condition. The condition is if A greater than B, print A is greater. If B less than A, print B is greater. Here the lozenge show me if the condition is true or false. I need to show if the condition is true or false, like here. A greater than B. If yes, A greater than B, I need to print A greater than. If B greater than A, I need to print B greater than A. And finally, stop. We need to show in next videos. I need to start with programming using the C++ language, and we need to show every program and every loop have a specific flowchart. That's all for today. If you are interested in coding, subscribe to my channel and like my video. Thank you for watching, and see you in next video.